Patriots Nation, tonight we've got a show that hits heart and head at the same time, a trench wall that silenced doubters, a nail-biter where one detail flipped the ending, a bold decision that could reshape the pass rush, a smart move that could supercharge the backfield, and a scare that froze the entire stadium until one reveal made everyone breathe again. What does all of this mean for our path forward? Who deserves credit and who needs to respond now? You won't believe what's on deck, so sit down, drop a like, and let's get straight to it because the best parts are coming fast. In Foxborough, the conversation all week circled around Drake May's glow-up and the offense's steady climb. But the unit that stole the spotlight was the blue and silver wall against the run. Mike Vrabel's plan showed up from the opening snap. Crowd the line, close interior gaps with discipline, and dare the Falcons to beat New England through the air. The result? A phenomenon like Bijan Robinson, who was coming off a 170-yard outing just weeks ago, left Gillette with 46 yards on 12 carries. That wasn't luck. It was clinical execution, low pad level, violent hands, downhill leverage, and angles that clipped every late cutback before it could develop. That didn't happen by accident. For years, the run defense has wavered. This year, the front office doubled down on big bodies and a deeper, tougher rotation. The most impressive part is the consistency. To this point, no opposing running back has cleared 50 yards against New England. That changes the chessboard. When you force long third downs, the opposing playbook shrinks, protections get predictable, and turnovers start to show up on schedule. It's the Patriot way at the line of scrimmage. Win first and second down so third down becomes a trap. There's a nuance most people missed live. The communication between linebackers and safeties was razor sharp. Every motion, every bunch shift, the check call came fast and the edge kept the contain. On multiple snaps, Bijan pressed what looked like a winning read and ran into an invisible wall. Momentum like that is contagious. When a defense imposes that physical tone, the offense plays on a shorter field, the clock becomes an ally, and the margin for error tightens in your favor. Now the next exam is all about mettle. In Tampa, Baker Mayfield is neck and neck with May in the MVP chatter and uses Rashad White as a chain mover, while rising receiver Emeka Egbuka stretches the field and punishes shaky tackling in space. If the interior stays dominant, you strip Mayfield's play action, force him into tight window throws, and turn every drop back into a discomfort test. The margin is thin, but the script is clear. Discipline in gaps, clean tackling, and rally to the ball from snap one to snap last. Keep the aggression without free penalties. Help your defense by owning time of possession, and you control the day. When the clock finally hit 24-23, Gillette exhaled. A cocktail of relief and frustration. A win is a win, sure, but the Patriots way trains you to spot the red flags inside the W. Drake May flashed brilliance and, yes, had two rare mistakes. The bigger bruise, though, sat on defense. The inability to get sacks when it matters. New England was outsacked 6-1, and that simply won't hold up against better offenses. With the trade deadline blinking on November 4th, the message inside the building is unanimous. This defense needs a closer, someone who turns pressure into game-tilting impact, who erases a 3rd and 7 with one violent finish. Vrabel knows it. Since the final whistle, the hum around Foxborough has been the same. Find the finisher who forces coordinators to rip pages out of the protection plan. The bend but don't break model works until it doesn't. Without sacks and leverage moments, you live on the edge. The Patriots have useful pieces. Harold Landry III and Kalavan Chason give you juice. But what's missing is the predator who changes math on every snap. If the mandate is to fight for everything in 2025, the hole must be filled now. Options? Trey Hendrickson is a production machine and upset about his deal in Cincinnati. Max Crosby brings a relentless motor that defines elite fronts. And then there's the earthquake option. The destroyer in Cleveland who already made New England's life miserable once. Myles Garrett. It's audacious. It's expensive. It's exactly the kind of swing that wins in January. The calculus is straightforward. May is ascending, the run game is stabilizing, the secondary with Christian Gonzalez is difference-making. The missing puzzle piece is a pass rusher who closes games. That's why the fan base is chanting the same thing. Vrabel, make the call. One sack at the right time is worth 10 almost. It flips win probability in a heartbeat, and it becomes the play they talk about forever. If there's a window to strike, it's right now. The clock is sprinting toward November 4th, and every hour without movement increases the risk that the dream slips just out of reach. And yet, the next rumor could change the offense in a way nobody expected. While everyone processes the late-game drama, a quiet storyline is heating up behind the scenes. With the Titans deep into a rebuild, the word is they're open for business, and one name lights up Foxborough: Tony Pollard. At 28, he's got juice, vision, and the versatility to turn this offense into something more balanced and unpredictable. There may be no better moment to act. Tennessee wants to feed Tyjae Spears and clear future money, and the Patriots could use a veteran who protects the quarterback, punishes light boxes, and keeps drives alive when defenses lean back to Cap May's explosives. Pollard doesn't make headlines off the field, but between the lines his impact is obvious. He fits the mold Vrabel wants, and Josh McDaniels has been tuning on offense. A back who reads blocks cleanly, accelerates through creases, and is trustworthy in blitz pickup. New England has shown flashes of explosive rhythm with May, but there's still a missing counterpunch when defenses sit in too high and dare you to be patient. Pollard can be that X factor, turning third and short into automatic firsts and giving the young quarterback breathing room on long, methodical marches. Picture a rotation with Pollard and Ramondre Stevenson splitting snaps, alternating styles, and forcing defensive coordinators into mismatches. It's the power and finesse blend that echoes the best run identities of the Patriot way. And the price may be right. With Tennessee tearing it down, Pollard could come at a mid-round pick or a conditional deal. For a team still cementing its offensive identity, adding a veteran who can catch from the backfield and square up blitzers is pure gold. Yes, there's risk. He's on an expiring deal, and you're not buying the long term. But that's the strategic pivot. Deploy him now while May's development arcs upward and the roster crystallizes. Vrabel built wins in Tennessee with reliable backs. He knows how quickly a professional runner tilts a game's flow. This is the kind of move that takes the heat off the quarterback, opens tight ends over the middle, and sends defenses into hesitation. Just hold the celebration for a second, because what unfolded at the end of the game left the stadium holding its breath. For a moment, time stopped at Gillette. Late in the fourth, Christian Gonzalez went down after a jump ball tangle with Drake London, and the air turned heavy. The second-year cornerstone of the secondary headed straight for the blue tent, and you could feel the anxiety in every corner of Foxborough. Then the twist. He cleared the protocol. He later said he was ready to go back in if the Falcons had gotten one more possession. The offense closed it out with that clutch Drake May strike to Hunter Henry, and Gonzalez never had to return. Exactly the outcome you want when health is even a question. That sequence sums up who Gonzalez is: focused, competitive, and quietly commanding. He led New England with 7 total tackles and 3 passes defensed. Yes, London got his, because great receivers do, but Gonzalez battled back, jammed timing, and challenged windows all afternoon. It was a heavyweight duel, and he walked out looking like a veteran. Think back just a few months when a preseason soft tissue setback cast doubt on his early season availability. Since his return, the splits are undeniable. With Gonzalez on the field, the defense communicates cleaner, limits explosives, and plays more confidently at every level. Safeties play freer. The front rushes with conviction. The entire unit breathes differently. That's the kind of player who doesn't need a speech to be heard. Presence alone raises the bar. It's a vibe that echoes Ty Law and Revis and Gilmore while carrying the stamp of this new era. And if Gonzalez stays healthy, this team isn't just competitive, it's dangerous. A lockdown corner lets you steal an extra defender for the box, rotate late, and bait quarterbacks into mistakes. It's how classic Patriots defenses squeezed opponents in the fourth quarter, and you could feel that DNA pulsing again. One scare, one sigh of relief, and one massive reminder: the ceiling changes when your CB1 is elite. So where does that leave the big picture? We saw a run defense reset the standard. We felt a 1-point win expose an urgent need for a true closer off the edge. We heard a plausible path to balance the offense with a veteran back who can handle dirty work and add splash plays. And we witnessed the return of a young star who changes the geometry of every coverage call. Stitch those threads together, and the growth curve steepens fast. But I want to hear from you. What's the non-negotiable move before the deadline? Edge rusher, backfield boost, or something wilder? Drop a like, sound off in the comments, share this with Patriots Nation, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter.